What is going on? Welcome back to Trading Stocks. Today is June the 28th. Happy Friday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and where big money is gravitating towards today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, futures are very nice and green, as you can kind of see right there. Based on what just came out, it's caused a lot of volatility. And I think this was just highly anticipated, but PCE. And it came in line very, very flat. Both core and just the regular. So yeah, I think that's generally good. Possibly. Once again, it's really hard to interpret exactly how this data is going to be seen by the broader market because yes, this does show some slowing, and of course PCE is used by the Feds rather than CPI, but still in essence, sometimes the market does want some negative data, if that kind of makes sense. Sometimes, but yeah, I think overall, definitely this is good, at least to me. Fear and greed index is recovering, so it is at 46, so under the neutral category. So people's appetite for risk is going to be increasing, and that is resemblant based on a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on. So without further ado, let's get right to it. SOFI is starting to at least move higher. You don't see any news, so SEC filings. So as I've said over the last couple trading days, it's just piggybacking off the broader market. It is heavily shorted, somewhat. 18.38% of the free float is being shorted. I think shorts were anticipating negative GDP as well as PCE. Shorts did increase around 700,000 shares, but that's kind of a drop in the bucket considering 190 million shares are being shorted right now. So bold statement, but I think shorts might actually be returning some shares today. We'll just have to wait and see. But right now with it at $6.60, it is kind of trading between this S2 and this S1. So $6.69 is going to be the next strong target slash resistance. But at the same time, you also do have market manipulation with SOFI. So the market makers and shorts will want it to close below $6.50. So we'll just have to wait and see what does come from that to see if they really try to double down or not. So yeah, that's something to kind of just watch for. This stock right here, ticker is ESPR NKE. It is up 21.65%, and that is because of this right here. So Esperion announces monetization of European royalties and concurrent payoff and termination of existing revenue interest facility. And so yeah, generally that's fairly good news. I think one also attributing factor why it is up so much this morning is because it is somewhat heavily shorted. So I'll give you guys a quick overview of that. My apologies, sometimes you get these white screens or text just does what it wants sometimes. But 16.06% of the free float's being shorted, 26.39 million shares overall are being shorted, and then utilization 79.3 or 7.3. And you can kind of see just over this last little bit, shorts have been increasing quite a lot. So with this news, which I think is generally okay, I don't think it's a real reason to FOMO into this company by any means, but if you're in it prior to this news, then yeah, that's definitely fairly good. So shorts might be returning some shares today. I don't anticipate anything crazy. And right now with it at $2.75, it is trading between this R2 and this R3. So $2.93 is going to be that next strong target slash resistance. And then $2.67, that's going to be one point to watch for. In my opinion, I do feel that it's going to revert back to flirting with this R2 throughout the day. And dependent on buyers, it might just kind of push between this R1 and R2 by the end of the day. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. Nike, everyone and their dog seems to be talking about Nike. They really shit the bed, pardon my French. So yeah, they had their earnings yesterday, not good by any means. It's not heavily shorted, so only 1% of the free float's being shorted. Once again, I'll just kind of refresh this. My apologies for this. Okay, I'll move on. So right now with it at $79 and change, I did actually have to move it to the 1 week for the TA. And so these are the fib levels on the 1 week chart. And so $66 is going to be the next strong support, and then 83 is going to be the next strong resistance slash target. In my opinion, I do feel that it's going to revert somewhere close to this S2 once the market does open. But then again, their earnings was pretty bad. So I don't know what's going to happen with Nike, because even myself, I see Nike at these prices as a good value play. So if I'm seeing it as a good value play, no doubtably there's going to be a lot of other institutions that is seeing it as a good play. So once again, something to kind of consider. Ortex is slow as usual, but as you can kind of see, 1.69% of the free float is being shorted. Plug. So this news right here that came out early this morning. So Plug to receive a federal clean hydrogen production tax credit at Georgia Hydrogen Facility. So that's what's prompting it to go up 3.66%. But beside the point, even though there's small moves in some of these companies that I'm talking on, a lot of volume is getting in. So that's why they're on this list. And as you can kind of see with it at $2.59, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So $2.50 will be a strong support to watch for. And then $3.50 is going to be the next target. But yeah, I don't see $3.50 being touched whatsoever. If anything, it might revert back to this S1. And so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. It is heavily shorted. So roughly 28.74% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 195.72 million shares overall are being shorted. And final stock that's getting a lot of volume, I think based on the debate that did happen, Trump Media, so ticker DJT. So basically no news, nothing like that. So this one's a very big momentum play. Plus it is heavily shorted behind the scenes. What I'll start doing is I'll just hit refresh there. And then, but with it at $40 and change, it is currently trading between this S2 and this S1. So it was able to crawl, or I guess kind of fight its way back into this range. So $40.25 is going to be that next strong support. And then on the flip side, $43.68. I don't anticipate this S1 to be touched. If anything, it might revert to kind of between this S3 and this S2, but just watch for this S2 to kind of hold. So let me know your thoughts on that. Of course, leading up to this video, I have all this ready, kind of quickly look at a lot of the data points, and then Ortex just does this as I film the video. Knowing my luck, but it is on the threshold list. 15.81% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 7.3 million shares overall are being shorted. So I think shorts might be returning a small amount, because as you can kind of see, they have been increasing quite a lot over this last little bit. So it went from around 10% short interest to, I think, at its peak, which was a couple days back, and that was at 16.6. So needless to say, a lot of money is getting into a lot of these stocks that I did talk about. And yeah, I think bigger and better things might be coming, maybe with the exception of Nike. I think they are in kind of trouble today, but value investors might maybe save them. So without further ado, hopefully everyone has an amazing Friday, good weekend, and all the other fun jazz. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take advantage of this, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.